Whew. Back again with week 3. Guys, this week has been an alright week. Started this week with a bit of running. So on Wednesday, I went for a run. And yeah, that was a good run. Left the house at about 5:40. The best time to run, honestly. Honestly, the best time to run. It's cooler. You feel the wind. Now it's, what time is it? 6:17. The sun's starting to come up. I can already feel the heat already. But yeah, the run was a very good run. It was a very good run. Didn't take my phone. Didn't wear AirPods. And once again, it confirmed. I prefer running without AirPods or my phone. It just feels a lot better. Able to concentrate on my run, able to really focus and really push myself. When you've got music playing, one, you naturally start running to the tempo of the music, which isn't that great because for me, I've got all sorts of music on my phone. So if I'm running to trap or rap, of course, I'm gonna speed up. But then once I'm hearing like a Larry June or whoever it may be, even like a Gunner, because you know Gunner sometimes can be very slow. Tempo slows all the way down and it messes up your run and it messes up your focus. So like I said before, I prefer running without AirPods. I think it makes sense. I think everyone should try running without music. For some people it works, for some it doesn't. For me, I just prefer running without AirPods on my phone. I can really focus on my breathing. I can really talk to myself. Like even sometimes when I'm running up a steep hill, like I can really just really just focus on my breathing, focus on really pushing, and even talking to myself to like really push. And at the same time, I like running light, like no vest, no phone, no AirPods. Like I feel free. I feel free. Then I also did a run today, Sunday. So I woke up around 6:30 in the morning. Went for a run about 11k. That was interesting. I haven't done a long run like that for a while. So what I've been really doing is just doing like 5Ks here and there and about 7-8Ks here and there. Didn't go to the gym yesterday, which was Saturday. So I said to myself this morning, let me go for a long run. Chose a completely different route, which was really nice. And yeah, it was a good run. It was a good run. It pushed me. It really pushed me mentally. And something that I realized is when I'm doing longer runs, I'm really having to push myself mentally. I've spoken about it before. The benefits of running is that push, especially when like you're low on energy and you really have to push yourself. And the route that I took was obviously 11k, and it gets to a point where you have to get yourself back to where you obviously started. So you really have to push yourself mentally. And something that I realized when running today was that I really enjoy the conversations I have with myself. And I only have those type of conversations when I'm doing longer runs, because obviously it gets to a point where I'm obviously tired, I'm actually having to push myself, I'm actually having to talk to myself. And the conversation I had to myself today was really just about showing myself grace and just really, I'm someone that is hard on himself from time to time, because obviously I want the best for myself. I want the best for my fiance, I want the best for my family, my mum, my dad. So I want to put myself in the best position so I can obviously give and support and help my loved ones. So I was just having that conversation with myself today, and I just realized that as I was running, and it was just good. It was good to be able to speak to myself, to have that conversation, because majority of the time during the week, like you're just on go, whether it be working, whether it be me, my brother and my fiance doing the podcast, or us thinking of ideas, or even myself just thinking of ideas or things I can do. I don't really have that time to really talk to myself and really have that conversation, just like, Michael, like, you're actually doing well, like, Michael, you're actually trying to do this, like, good on you. So yeah, doing it today, I actually smiled as I was running. I was coming down the hill and I was just really talking to myself, like really acknowledging the things that I've done, really acknowledging what I'm trying to do, but at the same time showing myself grace and really like cheering myself on, because at the end of the day, yes, I've got people in my corner that are obviously going to cheer me on, but sometimes you've got to cheer yourself on. So that is something that was an eye-opener for me today. And I think as I go on this journey of doing longer distances and really trying to push myself running, I'm definitely going to try to have more of those conversations with myself, because I don't get to do it enough. And I think everyone should really be having those conversations with themselves where you're just really encouraging yourself, like speaking to yourself, like speaking life into yourself. So yeah, that was something that happened today, which is really nice. Started the day well. Did 11K. That was good. It was tough. There was a few hills. It was tough, but we got through it. We did it in less than an hour, so that's good. So I'm really gonna try working on getting that time down. And also, I got some new running shoes this week. I bought some new running shoes because the other ones that I had weren't that great. So these are the running shoes I started with. So I bought these just before I started my half marathon training. These are the Saucony Endorphin Freeze. Now, prior to me buying this, I did speak to a lot of my friends that are already like running, that it's their thing, like they run mad miles. And a lot of them were obviously encouraging me to get some Nike running trainers. And what I said to myself was, Michael, look, one, you don't know if you're going to continue running. So I didn't really want to spend a heck of a lot of money on some running trainers. And two, I didn't want to go with what everyone was doing. So did a bit of research, went onto YouTube, found a few runners, just trying to gauge what was the best trainer for myself. So I ended up getting the Saucony Endorphins. Did my half marathon in them, ran my whole training program in those trainers. Decent trainer. The only thing that was an issue for me is the foam. The foam is a bit too firm for me, and I only realized that after finishing the half marathon, doing the Hackney 5K, and then also doing some other runs after I had finished those events. And like my legs were okay, but I just realized that it was just a bit too firm for me. So I went on a hunt looking for another running trainer, went to a whole bunch of different stores, even went to some stores with my godbrother as well, because he was looking for some running trainers for his half marathon as well. And this week I ended up getting, or should I say they arrived, these are the Nike, is it the Street Flies? I think it is, yeah, the Zoom X Street Flies. So these are more for 5Ks and 10Ks, because obviously that's what I'll be running a lot of. And guys, like, when people were telling me, Michael, like, these weren't the ones that people were telling me to get, but a lot of people were encouraging me to go down the path of Nike running trainers. And like I said, I didn't want to go with what everyone was doing, but sometimes you've got to listen to people. So yeah, ended up getting these this week. I did my 5K during the week in these, and I also did the 11Ks during the week. And guys, yeah, they were right. As you can see, for some reason, like, my running trainers are like pink all the time. I like it. I like having some bright trainers, especially for running. It's fun. It's cool. They look sick. But yeah, completely different to the Sauconys. There's a lot more cushion that absorbs the impact when you're running. I don't feel as much pressure in my knees compared to the Sauconys. So yeah, the Sauconys are going to go to the back of the cupboard for now, and I'm going to be running in those streak flies from now on. When I end up moving into like more half marathon distances, I'm probably going to start looking for some other running trainers, because like I said, those are more for 5k and 10k. But I did the 11k today. Like I said, it was tough, but on my knees, like, it wasn't as painful as wearing the Sauconys. So yeah, I'm happy with those. I can't wait to do a lot more runs in those, so that is sick. Another thing during the week is I actually completed my book. So I was reading this book, which is Flip Thinking by Berthold Gunster. Now, this book is all about troubleshooting, and I did put on my Instagram story when I was halfway through the book, and I was basically talking about how the book shows different strategies on problem solving and just how you should approach problems when they obviously happen. And at the start of the book, I was like, what are you trying to tell me? Like, what are you actually trying to tell me? But now that I finished the book, I'm really happy that I actually got through the book, and I really took on a lot of the strategies that they suggested in the book. Now, there's 15 strategies, and the two that really hit me the most, I actually have 5, but obviously I'm not going to go on. I'm going to do a review on my Medium, so obviously that'll be in the link in my bio. So if any of you want to read a more in-depth review of the book and my 5 strategies that I really enjoyed from the book, then you can obviously read it in my Medium. But the 2 strategies that I really liked was one called accepting, and accepting is really just you accepting the situations that you're in. And sometimes it's better for you to accept the problem that you're facing instead of you trying to resolve it and find yourself in an even worse situation. And that's happened to me on many occasions, especially at work, where a problem arises, and sometimes just let people do what they need to do. Let people try to resolve the situation. Sometimes if you leave that problem, I'm not saying leave all your problems and just hope and have faith that it's just going to just resolve itself, but there are some situations and some problems that it will end up resolving itself if you give it a bit of time. And sometimes with me being a project manager, all the time you're trying to resolve problems, you're trying to fix things, you're trying to get things going, and sometimes you have people around you that if a problem arises, like you have technical people there that they will see a problem, they know the best resolution to that situation. So sometimes just let things happen. Not saying close your eyes and just leave it, but observe it, watch it, head in that direction, and yeah, just see how it goes. If it goes for the worst, then obviously you need to get involved. But sometimes see how people are going to assist to resolve that situation, because sometimes you getting involved either confuses people because you don't understand everything about it, or sometimes you look back and you're like, I could have actually left that situation. You could have left that situation and it could have just resolved itself. Another strategy was rethinking, which just has you thinking about your problems in a different perspective. Now, this one was really, really good, because what I enjoyed about this strategy, and it's something that has come to mind on many occasions, but you don't really deep it. And I feel like it's a strategy that a lot of us can use in our lives. And it's in regards to like whether you're trying to think of ideas. You have a problem right now and you're trying to think of an idea. For example, I'm trying to make some more money. I need to think of a business idea, or I need to think of something that's going to make me more money. So sometimes we all look at the generic ways of making money, wherever they may be, and we just are fixated on that. And the whole rethinking strategy has you looking at alternative ideas, you seeking advice, you searching on Google for different opportunities, or speaking to your network in regards to what's actually out there, what's going on right now, giving yourself a bit more context about everything that's going on around you. And I really like that, because sometimes I'm so in my bubble that I'm just like, okay, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to try and do, and I just sometimes just fixate on what I already know. And this was just really about looking around you, speaking to people, going on Google, whether it be going on Instagram, whatever it may be, but always looking for alternative ideas, always looking at different things, because there's so many opportunities out there. So many people have done so many different things. You don't have to go down the conventional route. There's so many other opportunities, different ideas and different creative ways to approach your problem. So I really, really like that. And it's definitely 2 strategies out of the 5 that I really enjoyed, that I'm really going to start applying to myself. And I'll obviously give you guys updates on how that works. But I really enjoyed that book. Really, really enjoyed that book. Like I said at the start, I was like, where's this book actually going? But all the strategies were great. There were just 5 that really hit home to me, and I felt like I could really apply them to resolve some of the problems that I have. But there's 15 strategies that many of us can apply to ourselves on a daily basis to help resolve the problems that we have, and also just look at our problems from a different perspective. Also, me and my fiance and my brother, we went to Sneakers Day. So we were invited to come to Sneakers Day to just check out the events that they had. So they had our boy Wilsto doing Sneakers Live. We also had Will also doing an interview with Gabriel Moses and Samuel Ross, which was great to see. And yeah, there was like games and ways for you to win trainers, and also get some trainers on that day. And yeah, it was hot. It was really hot, but the day as a whole was really great. It was a really, really nice day. And something that I really liked about the day was actually at the end of the day, where we were about to leave, and Will did the interview with Gabriel Moses and Samuel Ross. And it was just about how they approached everything that they're doing, even just creativity, and Gabriel Moses and his art, and Samuel Ross and his clothing brand and his businesses. And something that I really took from what they said is that you being unique as a person is your USP. And many of us don't actually see that. Like, some of us, we've been, or should I say myself, when I grew up, parents just told me, okay, like, do you want to be this? Do you want to be that? And I think as I've gotten older and learned a lot more and seen a lot more, I'm now starting to understand that you are your USP. Like, you are not like anyone else. You are different. And in that is your leverage. So I just, like, it was just really empowering hearing that. It's so hot. So hot. Wow. Yeah, it's really empowering hearing that, and just hearing it from someone else that they faced the same problems that you had, and this is how they approached it. And another thing that was great to hear was about community. And I think it's something that is what we're all working on. I'm talking about like the African community, about us like really coming together, and even not just the African community, but like even your little bubbles as friends and stuff like that, like really bringing each other in, really helping each other, supporting each other. Like even me and my boys, we have this like little brotherhood where we pray on a bi-weekly basis. We talk to each other, we encourage each other, we speak to each other about how we can resolve problems, and how we can just do better in everything that we're doing. And I think that's what we all need a lot more of for us to be able to elevate or resolve problems. Because the problems that I'm facing, one of my boys or my friends or even my fiance might have resolved that problem, and just by speaking to them, I've now found another or an alternative way to resolve that problem. So on a whole, it's been a great week, full of lessons, full of achievements, full of just doing a lot of good things. And I just hope it continues. So week 3, great week. It's hot, it's been baking hot, but overall it's been a great week. See you next week, guys.